Today's case brings a recently divorced woman back into court, and this time, she's asking for two things: more money and more protection. She claims she's being harassed and financially squeezed, and she wants her ex-husband to pay up with higher spousal support. But Judge Vonder's not just taking her word for it.
All rise. Support court with Judge Vonder B is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB1073, Ellison case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Ellison?
Yes.
You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, I'm divorced from the person that didn't show up.
I see that.
Yes, and I'm here to ask the court for more spousal support. I've went part-time on my job. I'm no longer working full-time. I've lost money, and the man's done nothing but cause me trouble since we've been divorced. He does all kinds of crazy stuff.
Okay.
And I deserve more money with all this harassment, plus I want a restraining order against him. This has to stop. My nerves are on edge. Can't take much more of it.
It all starts with Ms. Ellison showing up to court alone. Her ex-husband, nowhere to be found. She tells the judge she's here for two reasons: to request additional spousal support and to ask for some form of legal protection. According to her, her ex hasn't let go. She says he's been circling her house at night, blaring his horn, even showing up at her job. It's taken a toll, she says. And with everything...
But I think $100 a week extra for spousal support would be fair with all the, the headaches he's given me and everything like that.
You think it'll be fair?
Yes, I've left him alone. I don't go around him. It's him doing the harassing.
Okay. How long ago did you all get divorced?
It's been almost 2 years now.
Okay.
He just won't let go.
What is he doing to harass you?
Like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, drives around the house blowing his horn at all hours of the morning. He comes down to my work unannounced, goes right into where I'm working at and wants to argue with me in front of coworkers. I mean, I could be fired for that. I mean, it's
Have you
totally
ever
ridiculous.
tried to call the police on him?
Well, by the time they get there, he's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, they've never caught him actually doing anything.
Okay.
He knows not to get caught, but I need a restraining order. That's the only thing that's really going to, I think, keep him away from...
Right away, Judge Vonder sets the record straight. This court doesn't handle restraining orders. That's a matter for law enforcement or a different court. But when it comes to financial support, she's willing to hear Ms. Ellison out. Ms. Ellison explains that she's now working fewer hours, a part-time gig after recent company cutbacks. Meanwhile, her ex, who works as a CEO in the oil industry, is still raking in promotions and big paychecks.
Okay.
He found
well,
out
I don't do restraining orders in this court. You can go to another court and definitely request a restraining order. And I believe that's something you can do at your local police department too.
Okay, well, thank you. I didn't know that.
Yes, ma'am. That is definitely that. Now, I can, if you qualify, obviously, for an increase in spousal maintenance, that is something that I can entertain. So let's talk about that. You said you believe $100, an extra $100 a week is fair.
Yes.
Why do you believe that's fair?
Well, like I said, my wages have went down. I'm only working part-time now. We're doing layoffs and things like that, so...
You said your wages?
Yeah, my wages.
Okay.
Are going down, and his are going up because he still gets those 2 raises every year. He's been with that company forever. And he makes good money. I don't make half of what he's making.
Right now, Ms. Ellison receives $325 per week in spousal support. But she complains he's often late with the payments, something she thinks should come with consequences. She goes on to outline her monthly bills: mortgage, utilities, insurance, food, and even some entertainment. In her view, living alone comes with serious costs.
And it's been really tough. I raised his children, I entertained his friends, I kept the house clean, I did everything that a good wife does. I think I deserve that extra $100 a week, and he can certainly afford it.
What does he do for a living?
He's a CEO for an oil company.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes really good money, bonuses and all that stuff. I mean, he's just raking it in.
How much is your spousal maintenance right now?
The spousal maintenance, it's about $325 a week maybe.
Okay.
He doesn't pay on time either. It's not always on time. So he is late on that. I think that should be a penalty right there. He shouldn't be late.
Okay. What type of expenses do you have?
But this is where Judge Vonder starts to dig a little deeper. She reminds Ms. Ellison that she was awarded the family home during the divorce, and most of the mortgage on it is already paid down. Her car, fully owned, which leaves her with basic recurring expenses like utilities and insurance. The judge asks, does that really justify a raise in support? Ms. Ellison insists her reduced hours weren't her choice, her employer made the call. But even so, the judge knows.
Well, I have rent. I'm still making the payments on the house. Before we got divorced, we had it redecorated, carpet paneling on the outside, siding on the outside, all kinds of different things were added to it. And I'm making the payments on that still. I still got another 5 years for all those payments to be paid off. And then, I got food. My car's paid off, but, gasoline's expensive, the upkeep of the car, things like that, electric bills, water, everything like that. Not to mention entertainment. You can't expect me to sit around the house and watch TV all the time. I go out from time to time, that takes money.
Now, when you all were divorced 2 years ago, outside of spousal maintenance, were you awarded the home?
Yes, I was awarded the home. And he fought me on that, but I won it.
Okay. So you were awarded the home. You don't have a lot of payments left on it.
No.
Then comes the key moment. The judge brings up something major. As part of the divorce, Ms. Ellison received half of her ex's 401k, a payout worth nearly $250,000. That alone casts serious doubt on her claim of financial hardship. Ms. Ellison tries to argue that the retirement fund shouldn't be factored in, but the judge quickly shuts that down.
So I guess I'm confused as to why you're here, because you haven't said anything that will warrant an increase in your maintenance.
Well, I went down on hours from work. That's a financial burden.
Well, so you went down on hours.
Yeah, my boss did. I didn't do it. My boss made me take less hours.
Right, but nothing has really changed with a lot of your expenses. You said you don't have a car note. You have a little bit left on your home to pay off. Sounds like you're mainly paying utilities and then a mortgage.
And the insurance for the car, the insurance is always expensive. Gasoline prices always going up.
Judge Vonda's tone sharpens. She tells Ms. Ellison directly, you can't just come back to court asking for more money every time your ex gets a raise. If that were allowed, no one would ever stop filing. The law doesn't work that way. There has to be a real, substantial change in circumstances, not just frustration over what the other person is earning.
Right, but you had those expenses at the time that you were divorced, correct?
Yes.
When you all were divorced, did he have a 401k in existence? And this is Texas, which is a community property state, so I'm assuming you at least got 50% of that.
Yes, I did, but
yes,
I don't think
no,
that should be taken into consideration.
No, ma'am. It was taken into consideration the first time you received spousal maintenance. You can't have me take it into consideration again. That's not fair, and it's definitely not the law.
His 2 raises every year. I don't get raises. My job's a very poor paying job. I'm uneducated. I'm gonna, my age, I'm not gonna find much now. I have to stay where I'm at. I feel like I'm trapped in this life.
And Ms. Ellison, I feel like you came here to waste my time, because I cannot give you an increase in spousal maintenance just because you're asking for it. No, ma'am.
25?
Even $5. The answer is no. So is there anything else that you needed from me here today? Because I cannot grant you spousal maintenance just because he's made an increase from his wages.
Well,
if that were the standard, then everyone would come in court asking for an increase.
Well, people need increases.
Well,
women living on their own, that's hard.
Let me ask you this question. When you all were divorced and you received half of his 401k, how much was that?
That was a nice piece.
Okay, what's a nice piece? Give me a number.
About $250,000.
Okay, well, you know what? If there's nothing further, your case is dismissed, and so are you. Thank you.
In the end, Judge Vonda denies the request. There's no legal reason to increase support. Ms. Ellison is already receiving $325 a week. She came away from the divorce with significant assets, and her day-to-day expenses haven't drastically changed. Without proof of a serious financial shift, the court...
Hi guys, it's me, Judge Vonda B. I wanted to go over what you all witnessed in the Ellison case. So wife, well, ex-wife in this case, she was wanting an increase in her spousal maintenance. Well, if you're going to come to court and ask for an increase in spousal maintenance, there are a number of things that you have to show. If you remember, we talked previously about spousal maintenance and the things that you needed to show in terms of the factors to even qualify.
As she wraps things up, Judge Vonda leaves the courtroom with a clear message. Spousal support isn't a blank check. Just like when you first apply for it, asking for more requires solid proof that your financial situation has materially changed. In Ms. Allison's case, her living costs hadn't gone up. If anything, they'd stabilized. And with a six-figure retirement fund already in hand, her argument simply didn't hold up. That's why the court said no.